Welcome to Meet the Clubs. My name is Yvonne Berga and I'll be your host for today's show. We're filming outside of the Building 4 at the North Campus. And today we have the honor of having members of the PTK Club. Hi, please introduce yourselves and explain what the PTK Club is.
Well, my name is Jeffrey Mayo. I'm the president of the Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society. It's the chapter in Hialeah campus, and thank you very much for having me and my vice president to this meeting. Basically, PTK stands for Phi Theta Kappa. It's an honor society. You need to have a 3.5 GPA and at least have taken 12 classes, 12 credits to be in the honor society. And what we focus the most on is fellowship, leadership, and service. But of course, I want my vice president to tell you more about it.
Of course, thank you. My name is Helen Rivas. I am vice president of the Hialeah campus chapter of PTK. I just wanted to add something. PTK is an international honor society for two-year colleges. And so at the Hialeah campus, our chapter is called Beta Pi Theta.
Yep.
Okay. How many times a week do you guys meet and where do you meet?
Well, actually, how we decided to make the more effective way to communicate was we meet twice a month with members, and the executive board communicates a lot through either GroupMe, which is on the phone, or we communicate a lot through emails because we understand everyone has a hectic work schedule. We have a 3.5 GPA, we have to keep our grades up. So we only meet when it's absolutely necessary. Like right now, we're actually preparing for the competitions, international conference now in Orlando coming. And we're meeting more often because we're preparing for like the speeches and the essays and our honors and action projects to like make it to like basically polish the material that we have. So we basically, the e-board communicates more through online or either to the phone, but the general members, they meet twice a month.
Helen, can you please elaborate a bit of the topics that are discussed during your meetings?
Of course, we always have to get together to decide pretty much what kind of community service we want to do, what topics are we going to use for our different projects. In fact, we have one type of project that is called Honors in Action, so we need to work throughout 2 years on that same topic. So we get together to decide when and where we're going to do our community service, when are we going to start writing this project, what are we going to do, and of course, most of the things that we talk about are relating to academics and to our student population.
Basically, the Honors in Action project, every single chapter has to pick one. We're given a packet every year, and basically there's 10 topics. It could range from education to healthy eating to sports, and then basically we have to pick one. We vote in the general members. We vote on the majority, who gets the majority vote, that's the one we focus on. And the Honors in Action, we focus our community service, our essays, our events, anything. We focus on the Honors in Action project the entire year. This year we actually picked healthy eating, green foods. So because our campus doesn't have a wellness center or a gym, so we thought it would be nice to give the students a different opportunity, like another choice for eating. So.
Yeah, definitely. Sounds like a good idea, and it's a benefit for everyone. Jeffrey, can you elaborate more on other benefits that there are to joining the club?
Well, Phi Theta Kappa, I remember I just started applying for schools, and when I was applying in the Common App, I remember that the first thing they asked me, are you a member of Phi Theta Kappa? Because colleges look at that. I mean, I remember I just got a State Department job. I got a job in the State Department in Washington, D.C., and they mentioned that, wow, you're a member of Phi Theta Kappa. It's that much of a big deal to join Phi Theta Kappa. It's a benefit because also you get scholarships. I think there's something between $2 million worth of scholarships that they give away every year to students if you just apply. All you have to have a 3.5 GPA, apply, and more than likely you'll get the scholarship because Phi Theta Kappa is based around helping students who are working hard to actually succeed their academic goals.
Okay, and well, obviously both of you have worked really hard to earn your role and your position with the club. Can you tell us a bit about the election process with, during how you become president or vice president?
Of course, at the beginning, well, anybody who wants to be a candidate has to write a letter of intent, send it to our advisor, and from there we begin our voting process. Sometimes during meetings as well, we can present ourselves and say our ideas, share our ideas, what we would like to do, and then the membership votes. So very similar to our national elections.
Just no electoral college.
Of course.
Well, now can you tell us a bit about your roles as president and as vice president?
Well, as president, I meet with my advisor almost on a daily basis to discuss anything. I would like to, when I became president, I thought to myself, I want to be more an external president. Like, I want to get the opportunities to come to PTK, which is why I was in contact a lot with the international office. You know, I got us opportunities. I was always talking about fundraising because when we started in PTK, we only had 4 members. when we started, when me and Helen both started, it was only 4 members. And now we have grown to 175 members because of our constant promotion, constantly out giving word of mouth, constantly being out there, posting it on Facebook, anything. And so I wanted to be out there to bring us everything, and also to facilitate my members and my executive board with anything they need. I'm always there to help them. So, and obviously Helen's an awesome vice president to help too.
Thank you very much. So as vice president, the first thing is to help my president in anything that he needs help in, of course, and to work with the advisor to kind of help her in what she would like for us to do. And we also have a couple of other leadership roles. We have Vice President of Leadership, Vice President of Service, Vice President of Fundraising, Vice President of Communications. So I work with them as well to make sure that they have some help whenever they need me.
Okay. Well, we'll keep chatting with members of the PTK Club when we return. Stay tuned.
Every year, Miami-Dade College selects distinguished professors who continue to demonstrate excellence in teaching, effective communications with students, and professional growth. Learn more about these incredible professors as Jazz Katambe asks them the questions you have in mind. The Honorees, all new episode with your host, Jazz Katambe.
A world of education and opportunity within reach. You're watching MDC-TV.
Welcome back to Meet the Clubs. My name is Yvonne Berga and I'm your host for today. We're chatting with members of the PTK Club. Thank you guys. Before the break, we were talking about the election process. As president and as vice president, I'd like to know how you guys manage with your student time and your club time. How you deal with the hecticness in between.
Well, me and Helen are both very active. We're both active in more than one executive board. You know, I'm involved in student government. I'm also involved in Modern United Nations. And you have to keep, in order to be invited at Kappa, you have to have a 3.5 GPA. So obviously we do spend a lot of time studying. At least for me, from my perspective, it's never really been hard because I like what I do. Like from the beginning, I knew I wanted to do it, and it's been just enjoyable for me to be there. But I have to keep my limits. Like I know I have to study at a certain time. I keep a tight schedule. Like I'm gonna be in PTK now, but when I get home, I'm gonna study. I have to study. So, and normally I keep very good to deadline. Like, let's pretend I have a paper due next week. I already have it done the week before. The day is assigned, I do it because in order to reap the benefits of an organization, you have to do the schoolwork first, because in the beginning of anything, it's school first. Like in the Student Government Association, it's student government, student first. Student is always first, and you always have to keep that in mind.
Right. I also have a very tight agenda, very tight schedule, but I find that it's very important to have a motivation. Once you have that, you will keep to it because you're happy about it. You're excited about what's going to happen. So another thing is to be dedicated and to be committed. I know that if for some reason I had to leave my house to do something during my homework time, I need to do it when I can come back. Even if I go to bed really late, it doesn't matter. I need to do it. I need to do it. So I think that's how we are able to catch up with everything.
Yeah.
So what do you do that's so entertaining or so fun, and how can basically sell it to someone that doesn't know about the club?
I think, if I can go first, I think the biggest benefit you get from being in any student organization that benefits the students is just the student feedback. That you could just say, like, I remember a student last year, he got into Columbia University, just to say that, oh wow, he came back and he was like, oh my God, because I was in PTK, I got into Columbia University. There's no bigger benefit than actually helping someone like that, you know, looking back like, wow, they did it themselves, it was their work, you know, they participated, but just to be like, you know, why don't you join PTK? See what happens, why don't you join PTK? Just that student feedback, knowing that you're helping someone, even if it's just saying, join an organization, see what you can do in the organization. That's the biggest benefit, that awesome feeling of helping someone. It's an amazing feeling.
Okay. And Helen, any other benefits?
Of course, a lot of happy moments. For example, just the idea of when it's time to graduate, you get to graduate with your regalia, you look different, everybody knows you're an honor student. That is a great feeling, as well as during the induction. It's beautiful. We have a guest speaker. You feel so motivated. You see what somebody else has been able to do, and you think to yourself, wow, one day I'm going to be successful like that too. So I think that's a great feeling, definitely.
Okay, and as far as the projects that you guys actually conduct, are they held here on campus or at a specific campus or outside, out and about?
Well, one of the probably the funnest event we had was something called the PTK games, almost like the Olympic games, but it was the PTK games, and we actually did, like, it was a fellowship. It's one of the things that Phi Theta Kappa is known for fellowship. It was a fellowship between the Wilson campus chapter and also the Kendall campus chapter. And so what happened was we went to Crandon Park and we held some Olympic games, like bowling and like basically like making Skittles. It was fun. It was fun. It was a fun event. But at the same time, you know, being able to open up relationships with them so we could have future fellowship events. Like, since ours is healthy eating, we actually had Dr. Patton, he's a nutritionist professor, come speak at our campus about nutrition, and we had an amazing feedback of students that some of the things that he spoke about they didn't even know. Basic information that no one knew, he knew, and then now they know. It was fun because he was a very dynamic professor, so it was fun and also very engaging. So.
Okay. Helen, can you explain another one of the projects that you had?
Well, of course, in relation with that same project of healthy eating, we created a cookbook. That was very fun. We used a lot of Hispanic foods because, of course, in our campus we have a lot of students from Hispanic background. And basically what we did was make it a little bit healthier. So, for example, instead of using, you know, fried chicken or fried pork or something like that, use turkey instead. And that was very interesting. It involved everybody. It was within everyone's schedule because you take some time to do it, and it wasn't so hard, but it was really fun.
And the really funny video she made also.
Oh yes, we made a funny video.
Tell us about that video.
Well, basically we used some of our siblings as our actors and we put them
they had no choice, so.
to, you know, some of them had to pretend that they wanted some really, you know, unhealthy food, and the other ones were telling them, no, that's not good for you. And then at the end we told them a little bit of fun facts. So it was more like oriented towards children and families.
Okay, Jeffrey, I heard that for Thanksgiving you guys had a little project last year. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, what we did, it was a combination of projects in 2-in-1 where we actually did, it was almost like we rented out the entire first floor, reserved the entire first floor of our campus basically. We used the 2 biggest rooms because we had so many donations of cans to turn into the lodge for Thanksgiving for people, and basically we had to rent out the entire room. Because it was just full with cans, like tables. It was like a mass production of just people like getting the tables, putting them in the bags, and just shipping them. And right next door also we had we were helping EAP students with their work and their language, and we did that for Thanksgiving because we wanted to have the helping aspect of it also. And we also gave them healthy snacks when we were helping them. So keeping to the project.
Okay, so do you feel that that's a project that you're going to continue doing annually?
I think so, yes. Well, both of us will graduate from Miami-Dade College soon, but of course the legacy will hopefully remain. We hope so.
Yeah. But now they have to vote on a new one because actually the 2 years of the packet is going to be over. There's going to be a new packet in PTK, so there's going to be a completely new one, then they'll have to vote on it again. So.
Thank you so much for sharing that information with us. We're going to take a quick break. When we return, we'll have more from the PTK members.
Hi everybody, welcome to the stage.
The first talent show that I did, I sang a song by a group 702.
Gospel music has a rich history amongst African Americans.
I found that I had scoliosis and it was an 80-degree angle.
You are a cancer survivor, stage 4.
Yes.
6-car accident.
Everything that I say or sing is what happened to me.
The Stage on MDC-TV.
Welcome back to Meet the Clubs. I'm your host for today, Yvonne Berga. Today we're conversing with members of the PTK Club. Hi, welcome back. You guys are known for receiving prestigious awards. Can you please mention some of those awards?
Sure. I think probably the biggest one that we have gotten was that we got recognized to be in the face of PTK. That's an honor given to one out of 3 chapters in the entire world. PTK is an international honor society, and we actually have photo shoots. We're on the website, and they have articles written about us. It's been an amazing ride to come from such a small chapter to now being so successful as we are. It's really awesome.
And our chapter also, let me just add, Jeffrey, our chapters get measured by stars, so from 0 to 5 stars. When our new advisor, Dr. Kelly Kennedy, entered this year, we were a 0-star level, and now we are reaching our 5 stars. So in order to do that, we had to do a lot of things, just as we were talking before, projects, community service, a lot of different requirements, and we're very happy to have reached 5-star status in 1 year.
But also, to add to that also is the membership. Like I mentioned before, we went from 4 members, and I think Helen and I were both 2 of the 4 members. Now we have 176 members in just a span of 6 months, like less than a year. We have now 176 members now.
And you stay very active. All of those members are like constant, or do some of them kind of flow in and out? I know you.
I think it's a little bit of both, like, because most of them, like, they have schoolwork, they either have job, but they're mostly active. They're not as active as us, obviously, but they actually go into events. They participate in certain events. When we have weekend events, they participate in those. Some can do it during the weekdays, but some do it during the weekends. So it works out. It works out.
You guys do some kind of field trips every once in a while. Can you explain those trips?
Yes, every year there's a regional conference and an international conference. We try to always attend both. And it's very interesting because, of course, there we cover the same topics of interest that we've covered throughout the year, and we see other clubs and other chapters, what they have done. So it's very interesting when we go there. And we go, as I said, since the international ones are sometimes outside of the country, outside of this state, depending. So it's really interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. And you do participate in competitions as well. What kind of competitions are these?
So many. This year we have actually applied for so many awards. Both Helen and I are going to be in the speech and essay competition. Also, our chapter is going to be up for best up and coming chapter. Our advisor, who's been an amazing advisor, helped us constantly, and still is to this day. I mean, the biggest help we've had. We couldn't have made it without her. She's up for new PTK advisor, and our chapter. We're seeing if we could win best international chapter. Fingers crossed.
Good luck.
And personally, I was chosen as one of the top 109 students of the state of Florida. So I'm going to be attending there. They're going to give me an award at our regional.
Yeah.
Congratulations. It's very nice to hear. And she's representing MDC. You guys, can you please let us know if you're interested in joining, what do you have to do? Obviously, you have to meet the requirements, but what do you do? What's your first step? Do you walk into an office? Do you have to have a referral from someone?
I think there's
Application assigned?
Yes, there is an application.
there's multiple ways to get involved, like to actually find out how to join. But the basic one is just to go to our PTK office. Our PTK advisor's office, Dr. Kelly Kennedy's in Hialeah campus, and ask for an application. You fill out the application. It has to have your degree audit, and you have to turn in a check of $100 to be active in the organization. After that, you'll get a letter from the actual PTK office with a certificate and a pin, and it's really cool. You're officially in PTK, so it's a really cool thing. And after that, you get inducted. We have one ceremony per spring or per fall, depending on the schedule. And basically, you're officially a member, so get involved.
Okay, can you give us some personal advice for students who aren't quite, who are interested in becoming a member but aren't quite there on means of their GPA and other things, how they can strive and push to become a member if they're interested for their future?
I think they should have the motivation for it. Like, they should understand that this is going to benefit them. It's not only going to help you grow as a student, it's going to help you grow as a person. It's a leadership position, it's fellowship. I mean, you become humble when you're helping people. Like when we turned in all those cans at the lodge and everything, you become humble to, you're helping, you're making a difference. And that's an amazing benefit. Then you hang out with awesome people, you make good friends. So I think it's a benefit overall that it should be open. Everyone should have the opportunity to at least try it out. You don't have to stay, but you should try it out. Give it a try, and you're gonna stay. You're gonna enjoy it. So.
And of course, the way to get there, just as you had mentioned, in case their GPA is a little bit below, continue taking classes and try to do their best in those classes, and they'll soon be in it.
And study a lot.
Yeah, definitely. And do a lot of community service hours.
Well, that too, yeah. Too.
Okay, thank you guys so much for being with us. We do appreciate your time. I wish you best of luck with everything, with graduation and the next step after getting out of MDC. And we hope to have you come back onto the show and onto other projects, joining us here and there. And again, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for watching Meet the Clubs. My name is Yvonne Berga. Stay tuned for our next episode.